Nice to see you once again, Agent. There's a reason why we have such great health insurance here at Corporate Horror. Agents often need it. Anyways, I have another case that is primed and ready to go. This one I think you're particularly going to enjoy. It also includes an audio log that I think is going to be essential for your research, but always be careful. Safety is the #1 priority here at Corporate Horror. That and integrity. Anyways, Agent, I'm going to leave it right here on my desk. It'll be there for you at your viewing pleasure. I'm a doctor. I just met a man who was literally falling apart. I had never seen a condition which even resembled the condition this man was affected with. While I haven't yet, I am certain that if I was to check all the medical records in the world, I'd find no trace of it. I hope that I'm wrong. But then again, there is also the hope that another doctor has had some experience with the disease. If so, there's no question in my mind that he or she is already working on a cure. Of course, there is also the possibility that there is both no such doctor or medical record. That would mean the disease is new and unknown, and the cure could be a long way off. And with that comes the question: how many will suffer before the cure is found? But I couldn't worry about that now. I had to, first and foremost, worry about my patient. I knew from the moment I saw him that he needed a hospital, not a clinic. Yes, I know I was a mere clinic doctor and not a hospital doctor. As such, the validity of my judgment could be in question, but even a non-doctor could tell he needed to go to a hospital. The man, quite frankly, looked like a zombie. Multiple chunks of flesh were missing from his arms, legs, and head. These chunks were too large and deep to have been the result of a flesh-eating virus. He was also profusely bleeding from these open wounds. That was all I saw before I had to stumble over to my front desk. Once I reached it, I asked my secretary, Grace, to call 911 for the man sitting in the corner. She at first gave me a quizzical look. My first thought at seeing this look was that the man I had seen was a hallucination. This thought caused me to look towards the corner and at the man again. Grace followed my gaze. Once she noticed the man, I heard her gasp, grab the phone, and immediately dial 911. She then began talking with the 911 dispatcher about the man. As I continued to look at him, I understood why she hadn't noticed him before. The man seemed incredibly calm and quiet despite his condition. He was reading a magazine that he had gotten from the table. Said magazine, as you can expect, was covered in the blood that was dripping from his face. The blood was also dripping onto the chair he was sitting in and onto the floor. I made a mental note to thoroughly disinfect the area later, but as I watched this happening, I realized that the blood that was falling seemed quite too thick. For a few moments, I couldn't figure out why. Then I saw a piece of flesh near a missing chunk of his head fall off and land on the floor. My God! His very flesh was falling from his bones. Just then, the man sensed that I was gazing at him. He then turned his whole full-faced head towards me. I froze and nearly gasped at the sight. He looked me up and down and smiled. "Ah, hello, doctor," he said. Hello, I said, collecting myself. "Have you, made an appointment?" "No." "Why not?" "I have no insurance." "Then why are you here?" "I just thought that I could ask you a quick question, and then I'll be on my way." I was perplexed. "All right, what is it?" "Can you tell me what it is I have?" "What?" "I want to know what I have so that I can look it up online and treat it at home." "Well, actually, I don't know that, sir. But You're a doctor, are you not? Well, yes. That means that you have knowledge of all medical diseases, right? Well, not all of them. Doctors are discovering new diseases all the time, and to be honest, I've never seen a disease like yours before. The man's expression quickly soured. My people skills kicked in, and I began working on appeasing him. But don't worry, I said. I'm only a clinic doctor, so I've seen far less than other doctors. It's possible that another doctor may have more knowledge of what you have than I do. We've called the hospital. What? The man yelled. And they're sending someone over. I'm sure that even if they don't have knowledge of this disease, they can still help you more than we can here. You're lying. I beg your pardon? You're lying. You know what it is. You just want me to pay thousands of dollars to find out. I assure you, sir, I am only trying to help. No, you're not. You only want money. All that doctors want these days is money. They don't care about helping people anymore. Sir, please calm down. I'm leaving. He stood up and began walking towards the door. Sir, I don't think you should be doing that. We don't know how contagious... But he had already made it through the doors, leaving a trail of blood and flesh in his wake. I was told later by Grace that the paramedics had followed the blood and found that it ended at a parking space. No doubt the man had gotten into his car and driven away somewhere. Hopefully that somewhere is a remote location. I've kept my eyes and ears on the news for anything regarding the man or his disease. So far, I haven't heard or seen anything, and I hope, desperately hope, that I never hear or see anything again. Alright, Agent, your next case. You can find all the information here, and as always, any information you'd like to find additionally, you can find at Corporate Horror. And if you'd like to do further research, please check out your previous cases that have been logged here. Might I suggest a case file with more pictures, so that reading won't be such a struggle for you. You know, I get paid quite a bit of money to do this job, but not to sit here and stand and watch you look at a file.